let me see. Where's the DA? DA, we ready to begin?
We listening to Mozzie?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right. Right. Let's throw up an announcement real quick. Copy that. All right, everybody is in position. All right. Court is now back in session. We are hearing the trial of State versus Escobar. We will now be hearing, now that I believe that the prosecution rested before the break. Did prosecution rest before the break?
No, Your Honor. I had just asked my 4 questions to my wit. I've not rested yet.
That's right. Captain, can you please take the stand? It's now time for your cross-examination by Escobar. Escobar, you get to ask 3 questions.
You said it's Officer Lucas?
Captain Lucas.
Captain Lucas. Right.
You gotta go and shout, Captain.
I did.
Captain Lucas, you stated that you have been in an officer for 2 years?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So you would say that you know the laws very well of the city and what you guys have to uphold, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so can you describe your training regarding the use of force in the situation that we were in, where you shot me from the back
Oh,
as I was
Yes.
fearing for my life? Can you
Yes.
describe that in detail, and include the law that the DA provided
Objection on
in
multiple grounds,
detail?
compound question, and I'm pretty sure that the officer cannot speak to how afraid the witness may or may not have been.
sustained. Ms. Escobar, please rephrase your question and make sure it's one question.
Okay.
She's asked to. She's on her
Please,
We'll allow
I
it.
have not asked to.
We'll allow it. This will serve as your second question, Ms. Escobar.
What was the first question?
You asked him how many years he had served on the force.
Just confirming his status, but okay. So, second question is, can you recite to me the law that the DA posted regarding the procedures that the officers have to have?
You want the law that came from the president,
Yes.
or you want our training that we go through?
I want the law that was reported by the president.
We have all rights to use equal force ask if somebody has a gun out leaving a murder scene.
Okay. And last question, DA.
Can you say it
Were you
again?
reporting? This is my last question. Were you reporting? You did state in your last statement and response, you stated that as per the law, you are to shoot if you are reporting to a murder scene. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. It was a shots fired scene over there.
Okay, there is a difference between shots fired and a murder scene. Is it correct? Yes. There's a difference between shots fired and a murder scene.
Yes, ma'am. It was
Okay.
dead bodies over there.
Okay, there was a difference between a shot fires and a murder scene.
Your Honor,
I'm not asking you
objection
anything
back.
else.
The witness has both established that he was responding to a shots fired scene where people were murdered. As per his testimony, he mentioned the dead bodies. The question has been asked and answered. So badgering and asked and answered are my objections.
Sustained.
There was no evidence. You simply responded to a shots fired as stated before. You responded to a shots fired.
Objection,
used
question,
lethal
stipulation.
force.
The establishment of the scene was her fourth question. Or her third
And
question,
you
pardon.
used lethal force.
Sustained. Ms. Escobar, you can now summarize. You cannot ask any more questions. You asked 3 questions.
What was the third question that he responded, Your Honor? Because the second question was the question that he responded to.
Your
The-
Honor, the counsel asked the witness what type of scene he was responding to, murder or shots fired, and he answered both and explained that there were both shots fired and dead bodies present on scene. That was his answer.
And that was the third question, Ms. Escobar. Sustained. Balthazar. You'll have now to summarize to the
There
jury.
is no evidence. There is no bodies shown. In none of the video footage, there is any bodies,
Objection,
any
Your
dead
Honor, her
bodies. There is
questioning
simply, I'm not questioning anyone.
Overruled.
I am stating
She
fact.
she can summarize for the jury.
The officer stated that as per the law, he can only use lethal fire if he is responding to a murder
Your Honor,
scene.
objection. This is still.
Yeah, I am
currently the
summarizing.
prosecution phase. Summarization is allowed during the effective stage. This is not the effective stage for summarization.
The
This is still
judge
the
allowed
prosecution's phase.
summarization.
Overruled. I did allow her to summarize, as she's self-defending and is giving a little bit of leniency. But I would warn Miss Escobar to land the plane.
So he said that about the law. Okay, he stated, as he stated himself, he responded to a shots fired call. There is no evidence anywhere that shows that there was any type of dead bodies. There was simply shots fired, and all the evidence shown in his video footage, there is no dead bodies to be shown anywhere for him to even say it was a murder scene.
Your
He
Honor,
did not check or
objection,
inspect for
irregardless
any.
of what was shown in the footage, the captain is under oath. He is under oath and he is swearing under oath that there were dead bodies present.
Sustained. Ms. Escobar, do you have anything else for this witness?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Escobar. Balthazar, you have 1 question on the redirect.
Reiterating facts and evidence before asking my question. As you can see, in the video submitted by myself under the evidence that Miss Escobar is a gang member, this video does show her holding a firearm in her hand. So with that precedence,
Objection.
What is your objection, Miss Escobar?
The evidence of me being in the gang was provided after.
Your Honor, through
After-
relevancy,
It's inadmissible.
I would
Oh.
stipulate, Your Honor, that this evidence is admissible because it was brought into relevance through testimony. Any new evidence gained through testimony can be brought in the subject trial. Through relevancy and foundation, I brought her gang affiliation into subject. We have to provide evidence for anything that's said.
She is correct. You are overruled, Escobar.
So with precedent being set that the defendant did have a firearm in her hand, my one question to you, Captain Quint Lucas, does having a firearm in your hand warrant lawful arrest and seizure?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Captain. That is all the questions I have for this well-respected and esteemed captain of the force.
Captain, you are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Miss Balthazar, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor. I would like to lay out state's evidence briefly and go ahead and hop into my closing statements.
Well, it's not time for closing statements yet. We still have to hear from the defense.
All right. Of course, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, since I'm not allowed to ask the jury questions, may you kindly confirm that the ladies of the jury are inside of the live courtroom chat where all of this evidence is being displayed?
I can confirm that the jury is where the evidence is in the live courtroom.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, here is a timeline of our case, a very simple timeline. The defendant was ordered to appear on the most busiest day in court history. The court never guarantees same-day arraignments. If you have an arraignment, it is still your responsibility to show up. If you can't show up, it is your responsibility to inform the courts that you can't. Not to just sit there and sit there and sit there for 20 days, which is what the defendant did. If you direct your attention to the first law citing, Section 2, Chapter 1, Article 5, Subsection 2-AII, long. But if you refer to the highlighted sections, it does stipulate that the defendant is responsible to reach out to the Department of Justice, buy a ticket immediately upon arrest if there's any accommodations that need to be made. She did not do that. She was asked to appear on the 27th. She did not do that. Or if she did, we were not made aware through the legally outlined channels. The second article, Section 2, Chapter 1, Article 5, Subsection 4-A-I. Failure to appear at arraignments will result in the outlined consequences. And said outlined consequences, of course, are as follows. A default judgment of guilty will be entered. This is non-objectionable and will stick. An additional charge of failure to appear will be added. An arrest warrant will be issued. It will be the responsibility of the defendant to turn themselves in. And note that detectives, private investigators, and the Titan unit and search warrants can be utilized to apprehend wanted fugitives. That is our laws. Our judge has been very gracious to this defendant. She's a very gracious judge. Grace can only go such a long way.
Oh.
These are our laws that are being played with. And the defense wants to put up all kinds of smoke and mirrors about fear and being afraid, but let's just focus on the things we can confirm. The defendant failed to appear twice, only to appear when she felt like it 20 days later. This is all in an effort to circumnavigate the real truth. She had 2 illegal guns,
Oh,
essentially 140 bath salts, which are what those 14 tubes are. 125 additional tubes of bath salts, over 100 bullets, and over 230 bullets.
okay.
Almost 500 of 2 different kinds of bullets. This is the state's evidence outlined. You cannot play in the court's face and show up when you want to. There's policies and procedures that have to be followed. Just like I have to file
Judge.
something.
Yes.
Is she trying to convince the jury, or is she advising of the evidence? Like,
Isn't that our job, to convince the jury of the evidence that we have? Isn't that what the
is that what she's
prosecution
doing?
phase
She's
is
just
for?
you were advised to show evidence.
Ms. Escobar, your objection is sustained. DA, you are basically giving closing statements. This is the witness questioning phase. Do you have any other witnesses to bring forward?
No, Your Honor, I don't
Might
have
as
any
well
other.
count as her closing.
I don't have any other witnesses, Your Honor. That's why I was breaking down the state's evidence before closing to conclude the prosecution phase.
It's not breaking down.
Okay.
It's telling
Land the
stories.
plane, Balthazar.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, first object, we have confirmation that this defendant is a gang member. As outlined in her own video, on paper she's a gang member. She's wearing a gang insignia around her neck.
Oh,
She was involved in a gang-related shooting and was apprehended with a firearm in her hand, lawfully searched, lawfully seized. The shooting was lawful, as outlined by the president's statement. These items were found on her person, and she tried her hardest to run from the law for
object.
20 days, only to finally come here
what
when
is
she
your
feels like it.
objection?
I didn't hear an
She's
objection.
saying lawfully, I did object. Open your ears, DA. Please.
Oh,
Or maybe open your mouth to properly object, but anyway, your objection.
Anyway,
damn.
she's stating things that are not facts.
They are facts, Your Honor. They're in the
No,
evidence.
they are not facts. They are not facts.
All right.
Isn't that
And
for the jury
Esca-
to
don't
determine?
have to be-
Escobar?
cannot be proved.
Escobar overruled. DA, it's time for you to rest.
All right. In closing, review the state's evidence, the inventory, the video, her gang ties, her recorded 20-day-long avoidance of apprehension.
Shake.
This is the state's evidence outlined in proper grammatical form.
Oh.
She's already evaded justice for 20 days. Let's not let her do it any longer. And of course, since the
DA, you
defense seems to
skating
be
on
He
thin
is
nice.
done.
I am done, Your Honor, and especially since the defense seems to be so afraid of what I have to say, I'll revoke my right to closing arguments. I rest my case.
Oh, shit.
Finally.
Damn. The prosecution the prosecution rests. It is now time for the defense. Miss Escobar, you can call your first witness to the stand.
I have no witnesses.
Okay. Would you like to summarize any evidence that you have presented before the court?
Yes, I would. And you advise them to please be inside of the chat so that they can review it as I go?
Yes. Jury, please turn your attention to the evidence channel in the live courtroom. Ms. Escobar, please let the jury know which piece of evidence you would like to present.
Of course, Your Honor. First, I would like you guys to look at the last video provided. by the DA. If you guys take a look at the video that is provided, you can see that I do not see the officer. I do not see that there is an officer. You can also see in the evidence provided by the officer that in his on his um what is that? I don't even know what to call it. The notifications that he gets, it states male shooting while there are shots being fired. I have not shot one shot in the video. I am running away because I was getting shot at. I was running away, fearing my life. As you can tell in the video, is very clear. I never turned around. I kept running forward to try to get away from the situation that was going on around me. There was a lot of shooting. Not once do I come out in the evidence shooting any type of weapon. Not once was I a threat to the officer, and there is no bodies on his footage for him to state that he was reporting to a murder scene. He reported, as you can see, to a shots fired. That is very evident in his evidence that is shown on there. Okay? That is one thing. Another thing, if you look at the evidence that I provided, the other video, the first video, okay, you can see that I am in the vehicle being transported to the hospital, okay. As we arrive to the hospital, he states that there was a weapon being fired, that I fired a weapon. I did not fire a weapon at any time. The people around him continued to tell him she didn't shoot.
Your Honor, objection. The defendant was not once accused of firing her weapon. Not once.
Sustained. Jury, you will strike that last comment from the record. Continue, Ms. Escobar.
The evidence shows. As you can see, he did that, okay? And then when I asked him for evidence of the situation and what happened when I was in the police with him, the police station, he refused, and he said that he did not have to provide anything, and he changed his story around. So if he's responding to shots fired, like he stated in the video evidence,
Objection, Your
both
Honor.
the first one
Hearsay
and
and
the last one.
misrepresentation. The
If it's not
APD is not legally
misrepresentation-
obligated to provide any form of documentation because the defendant chose to represent herself instead of getting counsel. She didn't know where to properly ask for the evidence. That is not the officer's fault.
Overruled, Balthazar. She was reinstating what the officer said on stand. Continue, Ms. Escobar.
As he stated, he responded to shots fired, and there was no murder scene ever mentioned at any moment, and he should have never used lethal force against me.
Your Honor, objection outside of the scope. We have evidence stated by the president that the stipulations outlined in this case legally did warrant lethal force,
Sustained.
regardless of how the defendant feels about it.
Sustained. Jury, you will strike that last comment.
That is all I have to say, Your Honor. The evidence is all there. Everything is trying to play. Like I said before, I do not trust this judicial system. Like she stated earlier, I missed court. Even the judge saw me here. Even the judge confirmed that I was here. I provided video evidence that I was here. And the DA continues to say and negate all that was provided and continues to say that I was not here. It is all been a back and forth from the DA. It is all non-evident, Everything she keeps providing,
Objection,
everything she keeps
exculpatory
fighting.
allegations for misrepresentation of prosecuting counsel.
Sustained. Ms. Escobar, do you have anything else further to say, or do you rest?
Rest.
All right. We'll now hear closing arguments. Balthazar, do you want to take your
I
1
forgot.
minute to close?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I forgot.
Ooh
She
wee.
says she was done closing.
It's
Ooh, good
still
thing
her
the judge
right.
offered, isn't it?
Oh,
She gave up her closing. She did that herself.
And it was thereafter offered unsolicitedly by Her Honor. Did I ask?
it is the state's right to have closing arguments, even if in the heat of passion they refuse. It is our. I do ask again just to make sure it is fair for everyone.
She gave that up.
And it was
Understood,
reoffered
Miss-
to me.
Understood, Miss Escobar, but this is still a trial and closing arguments are necessary. So even if she refused, I would make her do it. Miss Balthazar, could you please, your closing statement, 1 minute.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is a simple case. Scroll down a long list of evidence before you. I hate all of the information that you have to go through, but I'll break it down.
We've already
And be
discussed evidence.
You can't interrupt the closing statements once it begins. Continue, Miss Balthazar.
Apologize.
very simple case. The defendant is a gang member. Irregardless of what reasons there may have been, an officer pulled up right behind her with sirens that can be heard for blocks, and she continued to run with a firearm in her hand. It's her own fault. She got searched. The search was lawful. These items were seized on her person, and might I add again, a Glock 17, and a big long pink gun. I'm not sure what this is. 14 tubes of bath salts that can be broken down into 140, X pills, more bath salts, and almost 400 bullets.
Damn.
We can put up all the smoke and mirrors we want to. These were on her pocket, whether she was afraid or not at the time that they were found. The gun in her hand gave the officers the right to search her. She can run from this for as long as she wants to. You know, her track record is 20 days, but here we are today. Justice is right here in front of me in the form of two bad queens in pink and red. Justice is in your hands. Please hand justice to this courtroom and find her guilty. Not an afraid woman at the wrong time and place, but a hardened gangster who got caught up in her own shenanigans.
Oh, damn.
But who knows? Maybe the fear put those things in her pocket.
Oh, shade. Miss Balthazar, closing statement.
That is all, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Escobar, closing statement, 1 minute.
I'm stuck.
I will agree with the DA on this, ladies. Please do review all of the evidence that was brought before you. From the moment that they showed that the officer responded to shots fired, to him then allegedly claiming in the courts in front and on oath saying that he was responded to a murder scene, even though he claimed in video evidence and in the court that he was responding to shots fired. He used lethal force and shot me in my spine when I can no longer walk properly, okay? Shot me with lethal force without the right to do so while I was running for my life from shots that were being fired. Does not matter what type of weapon you have, whether you are afraid, does not change the size of your gun. I was afraid for my life. My neighborhood is not a very good neighborhood. and there were shots going all around. You can see that. It's very evident in the clip. All the video that is shown, all the footage shows that I was fearing for my life. I was away from the police officer and kept running. Not once did I turn around to cause any harm to anyone. Yet I was shot down, and now I can't walk properly. By this officer who claims to know the laws, yet stated and agreed and shows proof that he shot me down, when it is law that you can only shoot if you are responding to a murder scene. Please review the evidence that was brought forward. Everything else has nothing to do, but you can tell from all the evidence that the cop caused this harm. I can't walk properly because of him.
Oh,
My life has been changed forever
Oh,
because
God.
of him.
Get her a tissue. Help her, Jesus. Oh, God.
Excuse me, ladies. Arrest.
Oh, Jesus. Get her some milk. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Shemalalaya. The defense rests. And now, jury, it is up to you. Now, here come your instructions. You are to find her guilty or not guilty on the charges for which she was arrested. Jury, if you can please now follow me into the jury room where deliberations will begin. We are in recess for 5 minutes while the jury deliberates. All right, come on in.
It is so painful.
Oh, what a case.
It is so painful. I would
All right, have a seat, ladies.
never feel the same again.
All right, let me read to you the charges that you are to deliberate on. Let's see here. Escobar. Valentina Escobar. Okay. So we're looking at criminal possession of a firearm, class 2 and 3, brandishing, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. These are the charges that you have to vote on. I'll allow you guys to begin your deliberations now. You can go ahead and talk amongst yourself, at which point we'll then look at the charges and you'll cast your vote. You can begin.
You can go ahead.
Okay, well, this is definitely quite a case. I think in hearing both parties, both present really strong cases for the charges that the defendant has, whether it's being guilty of all charges or not being guilty. However, I will say that in looking in previous cases as well, and just also knowing the law, it is. Oh, sorry, I was on normal. Also, in just knowing the law, in any situation where there is an emergency service emergency officer in the area, and they are trying to pull you over or trying to stop you in any way, you must comply no matter what. And I think that if she simply complied, did not have a gun out, then things could have ended differently. But because she chose to run away and also carry her gun out, visible for the officer to see, it is what led to her unfortunate situation. And I do understand her pain. However, I must have to side um, with the police, with the DA, on finding her guilty.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so she is she has summed it up what I wanted to say. She has the evidence in her pocket, and she had the bath salt. She was running. She heard the sirens. She should have stopped, but it's unfortunate she did not. But I would side with the DA state on this one to find her. Yes. Going off what she said, I agree with what she said. Um,
Now, I will say, however, um, like I said, I do understand where she is coming from in presenting her case and saying that the police officer should not have necessarily used his gun on her because of the stipulation provided by the president. However, in another situation, even when the evidence provided, it says in another instance that failure for a civilian to comply will can lead to forceful use. Um, so unfortunately, um, that is how I've also just landed on my decision.
Do you have anything else to add, or it's pretty much said? All right. Well, it looks like you two, it's pretty unanimous. And so let's look at the charges one by one so that we can be sure that we have a unanimous decision. So for on the charge of possession of a firearm class 2, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
Guilty.
On the charge of possession of a firearm class 3, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty.
On the charge of brandishing a weapon, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty.
On the charge of possession of a controlled substance, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty.
On the charge of possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty.
All right. The court thanks you both for your service. I would like to say that although she found her guilty of these charges, the court will allow her to, after these proceedings, instruct her that if she chooses to press civil charges against the officer for using a gun instead of a taser, there was different ways he could have brought her down. That is well within her right, and might help alleviate some of the costs that she's bearing into her now visible disability as it pertains to that shooting. Thank you for your service. Okay, so now I got going to pay you for your jury service at this time. Okay. Let's see here. So that's $25K each, and because we have another trial coming up, it looks like you guys, if you stay, you'll get $50K today. Let's pay you now for this one. Okay, we're gonna withdraw. Okay. And if you could just, do you guys have my phone number?
Yes.
Can you just text me a dot and I can get you guys paid for this trial?
I don't think I have your number, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll share it. There you go, Luna. Okay, just send me a dot. I'll get you paid. Okay. Oh, sorry. Foreman, you get your regular rate. Okay, there you go. Did you receive that, Miss Summers?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Luna, I got you coming up next. All right. All right. Did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we thank you for your service. We have one more trial coming up. And again, if you know anyone that wants to serve on a jury, of course, pay is $25K per
Yeah,
case.
because it does take a minute in
Okay.
each case. You know, they got to work on their delivery. But we do have a new DA coming in that's getting trained. So this
Their
week.
opinions or even concerns about tonight's trial?
You know, you probably can't tell by the enthusiasm in which I perform my duties, but I'm actually close with one of the Escobar relatives, Andrea, even though we haven't talked in a while. But sadly, in this position, you really have to put your heart away. You have to. I genuinely do feel for the defendant, but sadly, I can't pour my heart all over this. I have to pour facts onto it,
Yes.
information, litigation, independent of how I feel. I've been put in sad situations to have to file warrants against people I disagreed with deserving them. I've even had to prosecute people I cared about. It's never easy.
Oh.
It's never easy, but it has to be done. I think people feel like I enjoy sending people to jail. I don't.
Right.
It's just the other side has a right to fair and legal representation, just like all of these lovely citizens do. And
All
and
right,
I'm just
court
the
is
one
now back
representing
in
the state.
session.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll get more information, Miss JB. Thank you.
Now we want to remind the court and all of our citizens, both near and far, that we are looking for jurors. And as in the dream world, as in here, our citizens are paid for their service to our nation, our country, and our city. You are paid for your civic duty and your time, just like in the dream world. If you are interested in being a jury member, we have one more trial coming up. The rate of pay for our jury is $25,000 per case. You must not be gang affiliated, and you must not know any of the defendants that are on trial. You will go through a background check, but if you choose to serve in this capacity, you will be compensated for your time. We thank the jury for your time in this matter. We thank you. And now for the verdict. Will the defendant please rise? Oh, you can go to the defense table. It's fine. In the matter of the state versus Escobar, it is unanimous. Miss Escobar, you have been found guilty on all charges.
What the fuck? What the fuck? How the fuck?
Oh, Lord!
Are you,
Oh!
guys-
Oh, my God. Oh, calm down, Miss Escobar. No, Miss Escobar, calm
freedom
down.
of speech. Do
Calm
not
down,
touch
Miss
me.
Escobar.
Are
Oh.
you dumb?
Carmen
Blind?
can't
Oh.
with COA 5. It looks
Are you
like
blind?
it did not
Oh,
go
Miss Evans?
in
Miss Escobar.
her
I was
favor.
brought in front of
It
you.
looked like
Did
it
you
did
not see?
go in her
Miss
favor.
Escobar.
What the fuck
Unfortunately,
is
we
wrong
have
with you
a
all?
Mad conviction.
I told you
on
this
our
whole
hands.
system was
We
fucking
are-
corrupt.
We are
Just
here-
like
Oh.
these fucking officers are
Oh.
corrupt. All of you are corrupt. You
Oh.
did not
Oh,
follow evidence.
oh,
And
no, leave her
you have
alone.
freedom
Just
of
calm
speech,
down.
and I have the
No,
right to say
Jesus,
whatever
help
I
her,
want.
Lord.
I
Oh,
am not
no,
a
Jesus,
police
help me,
officer.
John.
Fucking
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
me
You,
to
ma'am,
leave.
ma'am, ma'am,
Oh,
ma'am, ma'am. We
Lord,
gotta go. We
Jesus,
gotta go.
I'm
We
sorry.
gotta
Jesus,
go.
Lord,
We gotta go.
oh,
Bacon,
God.
motherfuckers.
Do
Oh.
you have a word on the
Oh,
reaction?
Oh, Lord
goodness.
Jesus, help me, Lord.
Do you
Oh,
have a word on the reaction?
Oh,
you okay?
Hello, we're
Jesus,
here
help
with
me, Lord
COA 5
Jesus.
News.
Oh.
I'm Carmen Candy reporting live from the courthouse. It has not turned in her favor. We'll have more to follow with you with COA 5 News. I'm Carmen Candy. Oh, Judge.
I
Oh
got
my
this.
God.
Help
Oh
me,
my God,
Lord.
Judge, are you okay?
Oh,
What the
Oh.
hell?
oh, I'm distraught.
Fix it, fix it.
Oh, Jesus, fix it. Oh,
Are you gonna plant something on
Oh my God. Help her, Lord Jesus. Officer, can you make sure she's okay? Don't arrest her again, please. Open this
There's a
door.
couple officers back there.
Oh, where is she?
Now,
Now.
do you want us to keep these phones for you? Or do you want your contacts to wipe while you're up at prison?
You may hold the phone. I do not want the captain to touch any of my shit
Okay, well, we
or
have to.
me.
We have to bring you
I
back in for.
refuse to let him touch me.
Okay, but we have to
Okay.
bring you back in for sentencing.
Okay. We're gonna
Okay.
bring it
You
back
better
in. I
not
got it
touch
frozen
me.
right now.
I'll
Go
bite
ahead.
the fuck out of him.
Okay,
Alright.
okay, calm
Oh.
All
down.
right, just
Oh,
follow.
that's a
Okay,
threat.
leave her alone. No.
Boogie,
Leave her
Boogie.
alone. Leave her alone.
Go ahead, take her back into court. Go ahead.
Come
take
on.
her
Not
back
a
in.
threat
Follow
unless
me.
you touch me.
Follow me. Follow me, Miss Escobar. Follow me. Follow me. Oh, the door's locked. Here we go. Follow me. Follow me.
I want her to grab me. She feels nice.
Oh. Oh, well, okay.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Ow. Damn. All right. Miss Escobar, I know you do not like the outcome of this trial today. But please hear me and hear me well when I say you have a talent for this field. And after all of this is over, I would like for us to have a conversation, a serious one, about your future in the city of Atlanta. Now,
Maybe I help this system not be so corrupt.
I love the passion. We need social justice warriors. I agree with you on one point, and the jury and I discussed it, but we are bound by the law. We do agree that the officer could have used a taser instead of a gun. There's different ways to bring you down. We see your
Jeez.
disability.
I will be suing him.
Oh! Damn.
Oh,
No? That
Your
is your
Honor,
right. That
It's
J-
actually
J-
not the defendant's right. She was found guilty of the subject charges. She can't bring a lawsuit in relation to anything about this case. She got found guilty.
the DA is correct on that point. But Miss Escobar, my
We shall
offer stands firm. Once you are released from prison, I humbly request an audience with you to discuss your future in our great city. I see talent in you. I see a spark in you that I've seen before. And we'd like to cultivate that spark. If you wish, I would love to see you defending the people of this great city. I think you have what it
Your Honor.
takes. Now, let's talk about your sentencing. DA, what is the recommended sentencing for Ms. Escobar from the state?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Yeah. Your Honor, please keep in mind that I have been monitored by the police department for over 21 days, non-stop.
Understood.
Your Honor, she is facing. Just a moment. I have the MDT stuck in my vision. Sis, you might have to look this up for me.
Oh!
oh, damn.
Damn!
Oh wait, I'm
Good
sorry. That was
Jesus.
an accident. That was an accident.
Punched her in her grill.
Yeah, I'm having a bunch of issues. I can't pull up
DA
the
in house
MDT.
shoes?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm going through it. I can't get the MDT out of my eyeballs. Like I'm stuck like this.
Understood. Captain, how much time is she facing? Our poor newswoman, she got popped in the face at least 3 times tonight. Shouts out to her face.
Okay, let me stop. Just a second.
745
She deserves
months, Judge.
compensation.
745 months. And fines?
740K in fines.
740K in fines. Okay. And now for your sentencing. You're facing 700 and how many months?
45.
745 months in prison. I think
Which
that
she seems to have avoided very well for 20
DA,
Sorry.
you've been on constant monitoring for the past month almost. I have seen you in this court repeatedly since the Christmas break. I can attest to that myself. I have to sentence you to some time, understand, and I do it regrettably. But it is within my power to reduce your time as I see fit. I sentence you to 25 months in prison.
Your
Look at God.
Honor.
Look at God.
Your
Look
Honor,
at
she
God.
went
Thank
outside.
you,
What
Your Honor.
monitoring?
Order!
What?
Order in the court!
Step in.
Order in the court!
Thank you, Your Honor.
All those drugs and guns.
I order you to 25 months in prison. I order you to 200 months of community service with the police department. You are to report to the chief of police herself, Hood. You
Only
will-
the chief. Yes, the chief.
Only that you are to report to the chief. In your
Hello,
ticket. Chief, are you here?
Do you like Spanish?
Okay.
Yo te puedo hablar en
Chief,
español,
if she
todo lo
does
que
not
tú
report
quieras.
to you tomorrow at a time of your choosing, all of her time will be put back on her. After you serve your 25 months, you start your 200 months of community service with the police department. You will also pay $1 million in fines for restitution and 500,000, I understand, 500,000 in court fees and fines to the DOJ, 1 million to APD. Okay.
For killing me?
D.
For shooting me in my spine?
Your Honor, she already got
Miss
nearly
Escobar,
630 months off.
this is the most leanest sentence I can give you. Consider it a gift. All of these
Your Honor.
officers wanted you to face the nines. I think this is a fair compromise. DA, please bill her on behalf of DOJ for her court fees of $500K. Officer, please fine her for the APD of the $1 million.
I don't even think I can. I'm still stuck like this. Yeah, you might have to, because I think I'm going to have to pop.
I don't think Harley has to roll for DOJ. Yeah, we need a DOJ. Let me see if I could do it.
Jeez, I can't.
Excuse me, officer.
Sir.
Miss Escobar, what's your state ID?
92.
For APD.
Your Honor, I do not want that dirty captain touching me, and I do not want to do any services with that dirty cop, and he stink.
Oh! Damn.
That man does not bathe that has dirty dread.
Oh, my God.
God.
You are, Captain, you are remanded into the
She's
custody
fucking
of
mad.
Captain Hood.
She's so
You will be
mad.
safe with her. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure did. I kept her.
And no
Yes,
more
please.
insults to our officers. No more insults.
I'm not insulting her. She smells good.
Yes, she does. But no more insults
for that.
to the captain.
And she has soft hands.
Oh,
She's trying to
wait a minute. Oh, shit. Okay.
Somebody else to be taken to jail.
Okay.
Captain Lucas, please.
I'll go
And
ahead.
Miss-
I'm about to escort her out. You ready, Judge?
Okay, yes, she's ready. Please use the softest
Can we
of
get a
bubble
word?
wrap for her. Pack her up gently, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we get a word on a reaction?
All right, officers, lieutenants, captains, and corporals.
I'll leave
Never
my
mind. Go ahead.
Lucas. That's why your ass be in trouble now, Lucas.
I'm sorry.
I'll make sure I take bottom bunk. It's easier for you to climb in.
Oh.
Going to jail.
Oh, shit. Ooh. I hold her in contempt of love.
With the after court post-game interview.
That's contempt of love. Ooh.
I'm telling you, that's how the baby got it.
Okay. She fine though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Do you feel as if, you know, the findings of today's court trial were valid?
No, of course not. The officer shot me. He had no right to shoot me down as per law states, but he still shot me. Either way, and he got away with it, as he's gotten away with many corruption. But I do feel like we have a judge took some pity
Chief,
into
come on.
his charge over $1 million.
Nah, boo.
The system is corrupt.
And
You're going to jail.
all right.
Oh.
One more thing.
About to
what are
lose your job.
feelings about today's decision on your hearing?
Like I stated, it's corruption. It's all corruption.
God bless you, Miss Escobar.
Be gentle with her. Be gentle with her, Chief Hood.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carmen Candy with COA 5 News.
Gracias.
Oh, spicy. All right, we have one more trial this evening, and that is I believe it will be a quick trial. We are, Mr. Troublefield, we are looking at the case of State versus Jones, Maine Jones,
I
with,
think you called the wrong name. You said Troublefield.
let me see, I'm sorry. Who's representing Mr. Jones? I mean, Mr.
And my lawyer must have felt asleep like I felt asleep in this boring ass courtroom. So I don't know. We might have to
He was
Mr.
here.
Jones.
He really was here.
Mr. Jones, me judge. We being honest right here.
Shit.
My lawyer's not here no more, so we're gonna have to reschedule.
First of all, I decide if we reschedule or not, because I can do a summary judgment. Or we can have another attorney who we've designated
like
as
I
second
say.
chair onto your case.
Listen, ma'am, my lawyer.
Hold on, wait, order,
Oh,
Get up
there
there,
you go,
boy.
right there.
order.
Out.
Counselor, please approach. Counselor, please approach.
Thank you, lawyer. This motherfucker ready to send me to jail. Before I
Hey, Your Honor.
I strongly advise you to get your client's lips under control. I do not want to hear his voice for the rest of the trial. You understand what I'm saying to you? Unless he is on this witness stand. No one
Okay,
comes
then-
in my court and tells me what to do. This is not that. Get him together, or he'll have another charge added on of contempt. Okay?
Okay, who's
Get him together.
prosecutor? Who's the prosecutor?
Which DA is seeing for this case? In the absence of the DA, you will be allowed to present your case, and the state's evidence stands as is written in the MDT. This is quite unusual, but we want to make sure that this young man receives his fair due. You may make your opening statements.
Okay. All right. Yeah, a lot of people have been getting kicked. I don't know what it is. My client head just popped.
All right. Well, then, I guess we can, what would you like to do?
Dismiss the case.
We're not going to dismiss the case. We're not going to dismiss this case. I'll grant you a continuance if you request it. Otherwise, I'll go into summary judgment and decide this for myself.
See, that's the thing. He's been into, which would be the second or third continuous. If I'm not correct.
Well,
that
before
supposed to be
you
correct?
before you arrived, he told me that I was going to give him a continuance.
Those were his words.
So it's up to you. I can issue summary judgment on this right now, look at the matter, or you can have trial tomorrow or when the next available date is and advise your client when to be here.
Okay, we'll just do court for tomorrow. I don't want to do I want to do a jury trial.
Okay. Sounds good. Jury, we hope you can join us tomorrow for this case. If your client joins us, it will be for the first case on the docket tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. All right. Court is adjourned for the evening. Godspeed to you all. Oh, Lord.
Have a good night, everyone.
Miss Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Two things. One, you did great today. You did great today, ma'am. You did wonderful.
Thank you.
Of course. Quick question though. I'm trying to work at a local piece of business, and I'm trying to figure out how do I go about that because you might know somebody of that
Yes.
stature.
Of course. I actually
Yes, sir.
am the co-owner of Pizza This. Is that the pizza shop you're requesting?
Yes, ma'am. Because I can't hear you.
I'm dead. Wait a minute.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
They wildin'. Yes.
I'm the one who's been in the emails. You've been contacting. I am Von Jones. I am
hi,
the
Von.
one who's been trying to. How you doing, man? You look good. Once again, you look good in that suit, girl. I see you. How you doing, girl?
Thank
work.
you. You see
But
me. You
still.
see me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah.
Now, are you
but,
available to come to tomorrow for training? Because that's basically what's needed.
Yeah, I know. The time, as you've seen in the emails, my time is kind of crunch. Ouch. You know how that be. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah.
So once you're able to be in city on a consistent basis, it doesn't make sense to train you until you can have an actual schedule that you can fulfill.
Okay, that's real. That's very real.
Okay.
That's very real.
So once you get all that together, we're going to hold your application. You're basically hired. All you got to do is have a reliable schedule. Once you have that, come and see me and we'll get you trained and get you get you on your way.
All right, sounds good to me. Thank you. And also, I do need to get my expungement so I can become a lawyer because I want to be a very successful member of the society that we have going on in this world, and I just need to get that process done.
Understood. You can talk to one of the amazing lawyers that we have here. There's Troublefields that's standing right here. There's also Counselor Mack over there in the pinstripe suit. Choose one of them. They'll get your expungement done for you. It's a pretty simple process.
Can I work with JB though? Because I just
No, you can't work with her.
Nice.
No, well,
she's the DA.
the DA, yeah. You need a defense. You need a defense attorney to put in the expungement for you, and then the state has to decide whether they're going to refute it or not.
Okay, that's fine with me. Trouble. How much is that gonna cost me though? Just out of curiosity though.
So the state's gonna charge you $50K per charge, and you're gonna need 2 character witnesses that can stand to testify on your character. Now it depends on the attorney how much they charge you to draft up all that.
Okay.
How many charges you had?
How much you?
Oh,
That's real.
I charge the most out of everybody. I'm not gonna.
You said.
I charge
see.
the most.
No.
Yeah, I charge.
Yeah.
Just keep it honest.
Hey, okay. Can I do the expungement to myself or no? I need an attorney.
No, you do need an attorney.
Your Honor, can I speak to you in chambers real quick with Mr. Sam, Marcus Sam?
Yeah, come on.
And Your Honor, we know how you love to you love black men to take accountability.
I
Mr.
do.
Marcus Sam, he showed up to do his community service.
I love it. Now, what
Didn't
kind
have
of
to call him
community
or not.
service did we have him do? The work release program, or is he doing community service with APD?
I don't. Do you remember? I don't remember what was said. I thought it was work release.
Work release, right? I think it was. It was work release. Okay, so Mr. Sam, are you available to meet me at Pizza This tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern?
Tomorrow at 5 Eastern. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Troublefield, make sure he's at Pizza This tomorrow at 5 p.m. I will be there to train him. And that's basically it.
You want me to drive him there?
Well, if you want to, but you don't have to. Just make sure he gets there.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
Just make sure he
And
shows up.
What's the address?
Let's see. Let's break out the map here. Pizza This is the Big Red P at 8188.
Okay, I got you. Thank you, Anna.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 5.
Appreciate you, Sam. You saved me a headache.
No problem. Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
All right, my head pops, so you gotta fill me in on the verdict.
Oh, no verdict. Tomorrow, you have your continuance is tomorrow. You're the first trial up.
Oh, no. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the rumble in the
Escobar?
jungle. Yeah, the rumble in the jungle.
You missed it, boy. It went
Oh
down.
my God! I faded
Don't
in
do that.
everything. Oh, she crashed
They
out.
called me a crash out.
She
Woo.
crashed the fuck out, B. Like, she went off.
Like, they had to taser her? Like, type of crash?
Almost.
Oh, my
That shit was
God.
crazy.
I sat through all that and walked out,
my
and
nickname.
my head popped during the ending. Oh my goodness, that was
But you can
horrible.
watch the replay on YouTube under Boogie XR.
Okay.
Boogie XR on YouTube is all the court replays. Speaking
That-
of which, let me sign off on from our friends on the satellite feed. All of our Atlanta citizens joining us via satellite feed through TikTokonia, YouTube Landia, Facebook Land. Thank you again for joining us tonight and being a part of our judicial process here in the city of Atlanta, in the state of Georgia, in the country of 5M, in the universe of Grand Theft Auto. If you want to join us, make sure you download GTA on Steam and then look up the private servers by downloading 5M and then joining City of Atlanta. It's a private server, but you are more than welcome to apply to enter into our fair city. We hope to see you at some point. And if you're considering a career, a RP career in law, come see me. All right? Tomorrow we do it again, 10 p.m. Eastern. And should TikTok go dark, please make sure you follow us on Twitch at BoogieXR or YouTube at BoogieXR. On YouTube, you will find the entire library of all the cases, all the trials, everything. If you've missed anything, you can go back there. The library is there. All right. Good night, sweet babies. Love you guys. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.